Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's dive into the age-old debate of nylon versus steel strings for beginner guitarists. This is a fundamental decision that significantly impacts the playing experience, sound, and learning curve. I'll provide a comprehensive guide to help you make the right choice, including considerations beyond the typical easier on the fingers argument, along with some illustrative code examples to demonstrate the principles involved. The central question, nylon versus steel, what's the difference? The core difference is, obviously, the material. Nylon strings typically used on classical and flamenco guitars. They're made of nylon polymers and often have a wound-based strings, typically made of nylon core and wrapped with metal like silver-plated copper. Steel strings found on acoustic guitars, dreadnought, concert, etc., electric guitars, and many other stringed instruments. Steel strings are made of steel and alloys of steel. They're almost always wound, with alloys like bronze, phosphor bronze, or nickel, for the lower pitched strings. This material difference leads to a cascade of other important distinctions. Tension. Nylon strings have significantly lower tension than steel strings. Sound. Nylon strings produce a warmer, mellower, and rounder tone. Steel strings offer a brighter, louder, and more resonant sound. Playability. Nylon strings are generally easier to press down, especially in the early stages of learning. Guitar construction. Guitars are designed specifically for either nylon or steel strings. Using steel strings on a guitar designed for nylon will likely cause severe damage to the instrument, potentially warping or breaking the neck and bridge. Similarly, using nylon strings on a guitar designed for steel strings won't damage the instrument, but the sound will be weak, and the action, string height, will likely be too high for comfortable playing. Neck width and profile. Classical, nylon string, guitars typically have wider necks and flatter fretboards than steel string guitars. This affects the spacing between strings and how your hand feels while playing chords. Tone. Steel string guitars have a generally brighter, more projecting tone than nylon string guitars, which sound warmer and more mellow. Detailed breakdown, nylon strings. Pros. Lower tension. This is the main selling point for beginners. Less tension means less finger pain and fatigue, especially in the early days of building calluses. Softer touch. Nylon strings have a softer surface than steel strings, which can also contribute to reduced finger discomfort. Warm, mellow tone. Ideal for classical, flamenco, bossa nova, and fingerstyle genres. The sound is generally considered more intimate and less in your face than steel strings. Wider string spacing. The wider neck on classical guitars can make it easier to learn finger-picking techniques and avoid accidentally muting adjacent strings. Cons. Limited genres. While nylon strings can be used creatively in other genres, they are not typically used for rock, blues, country, or most popular music. Sound projection. Nylon strings generally don't project as loudly as steel strings. They are better suited for quieter practice sessions or smaller performance venues. Classical guitar neck shape. The wider, flatter neck can be challenging for some beginners, especially those with smaller hands. Some find the string spacing too wide for comfortable chord transitions. Stretching period. Nylon strings take a significant amount of time to stretch and stabilize. You'll need to tune them frequently for the first few weeks. Not great for strumming. Because of their lower tension, nylon strings don't lend themselves well to aggressive strumming. Detailed breakdown, steel strings. Asterisk pros asterisk. Asterisk versatility asterisk steel string guitars are used in a vast range of musical genres, rock, pop, country, blues, folk, bluegrass, and more. Asterisk loud, bright tone asterisk steel strings project well and have a brighter, more resonant sound that cuts through other instruments in a mix. Asterisk narrower neck profile asterisk most steel string acoustic guitars have necks that are narrower and more rounded than classical guitars, which many find more comfortable for chord playing. Asterisk more durable asterisk steel strings tend to last longer than nylon strings, although this depends on the type of string and how often you play. Asterisk cons asterisk. Asterisk higher tension asterisk this is the biggest hurdle for beginners. The higher tension requires more finger strength and can cause more pain and fatigue, especially in the early stages. Asterisk harder on fingers asterisk steel strings are, well, steel. They're harder and less forgiving than nylon strings. Asterisk can be intimidating asterisk the initial pain and effort required to play steel strings can be discouraging for some beginners. The beginner guitarist's dilemma, pain versus genre. The decision boils down to two key factors. 1. Pain tolerance and dedication asterisk how much initial discomfort are you willing to endure? Are you prepared to practice consistently, even when your fingers are sore? 2. Musical interests asterisk what kind of music do you want to play? Asterisk option 1, embrace the pain, steel strings. If you're highly motivated to play genres that rely on steel string guitars, rock, pop, country, you can start with steel strings. Be prepared for some initial finger pain, and focus on short, frequent practice sessions to build calluses gradually. Use lighter gauge strings initially, example 0.011 to 0.052 or even 0.010 to 0.047 sets. Asterisk option 2, comfort first, nylon strings. If you want a gentler introduction to the guitar and are interested in classical, flamenco, or fingerstyle playing, nylon strings are a good choice. You'll still need to build calluses, but the process will be less painful. You can always transition to steel strings later if you decide you want to play other genres. Beyond the basics, other considerations. Asterisk guitar size asterisk consider the size of the guitar, especially if you are a child or have smaller hands. A smaller bodied guitar, example a 3/4 size or parlor guitar, can be more comfortable to hold and play, regardless of string type. There are even crossover guitars with nylon strings and narrower necks that try to bridge the gap between classical and steel string guitars. Asterisk action asterisk the action refers to the height of the strings above the frets. Lower action makes the guitar easier to play. Make sure the guitar you choose has a reasonably low action. A qualified guitar technician can adjust the action if necessary. Asterisk string gauge refers to the thickness of the strings. Lighter gauge strings are easier to play but produce a thinner sound. Heavier gauge strings produce a fuller sound but require more finger strength. For steel strings, start with a light or extra light gauge set. Asterisk string material, steel strings. There are different types of steel strings, bronze, phosphor bronze, coated, etc. Phosphor bronze strings tend to have a warmer tone, while bronze strings are brighter. Coated strings last longer but can feel slightly slick. Experiment to find what you prefer. Asterisk amplification asterisk if you plan to play amplified, consider an acoustic electric guitar with a built-in pickup. Code examples, illustrative. While this decision isn't directly related to coding, we can use code to illustrate the physics behind string tension and sound. These examples are simplified and intended to demonstrate the basic principles. This is a huge oversimplification of acoustic physics, so bear with me. Python, calculating string tension, simplified. Explanation asterisk. This code demonstrates the relationship between string tension, linear density, mass per unit length, frequency, pitch, and length. The formula is a simplified version derived from the physics of vibrating strings. The key takeaway is that, even with the same pitch, a steel string with a higher linear density will require significantly more tension. This is why steel strings feel harder to press down. Important caveats asterisk. Asterisk this is a simplification asterisk the actual calculation of string tension is far more complex and involves factors like string material properties, winding, and manufacturing tolerances. Asterisk linear density asterisk the linear density values used in the example are hypothetical and intended for illustration only. Real values would require precise measurements of specific strings. JavaScript, simple frequency modulation, illustrative. This example shows how you might modulate the frequency of a sound wave, simulating the change in pitch when you bend a string, again, simplified. Explanation asterisk. This JavaScript snippet conceptually demonstrates how you might manipulate the frequency of a sound to simulate bending a string. The bend string function adjusts the current frequency based on a bend amount, measured in semitones. The formula base frequency asterisk math.pow, 2, bend amount /12, is used to calculate the new frequency after bending. Why this matters asterisk. Asterisk string bending asterisk steel strings are typically used for bending notes, a common technique in blues, rock, and other genres. The higher tension of steel strings allows you to bend the pitch more easily. Nylon strings are more difficult to bend significantly. Final recommendations. 1. Try both asterisk the best way to decide is to try both a nylon string guitar and a steel string guitar. Visit a music store and play a few chords on each. See which one feels more comfortable and which sound you prefer. 2. Consider your musical goals asterisk if you are set on playing a particular genre, choose the string type that is most commonly used in that genre. 3. Start with lighter strings asterisk if you choose steel strings, start with a light gauge set to reduce finger pain. 4. Practice regularly asterisk consistent practice is key to building calluses and developing finger strength, regardless of the string type you choose. 5. Don't give up asterisk learning to play the guitar takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged by initial finger pain. Keep practicing, and you will eventually develop the strength and calluses you need to play comfortably. 6. Seek professional guidance asterisk consider taking lessons from a qualified guitar teacher. A teacher can provide personalized guidance and help you develop proper technique. Ultimately, the choice between nylon and steel strings is a personal one. There is no right or wrong answer. Choose the string type that you find most enjoyable and that will motivate you to keep playing. Good luck.